In this video, I'll be talking about natal sun in Gemini in the 11th house and what this placement means for you if you have it in your chart. So, if you have this placement, you are in the right place. And with that being said, what the sun represents in astrology is it represents the quality of our actions. So it's like what motivates our actions and how we want to be seen by others or how we want our actions to be received. It's also an indicator of passion in our chart, so things that we are passionate about or that we have energy for. And the sun is representative of energy, even in a literal sense. But a lot of times, and a lot of times, I didn't mean but, because but is a negative connotation. So as a result of, the sun being about energy in astrology, it also, shows our passions and our aspect of our careers, because it's something that we do day in or day out, or that we are able to have an interest in as well. And when the sun is in Gemini, this shows an interest in information, communication, and opportunities. And it shows somebody whose actions is more circumstantial or adaptable. And so their ego can be less fixed or less solid. And they just really express themselves circumstantially based on a certain train of thought that they're having, or based on certain circumstances, or what will lead them to the greatest outcome or opportunity. So this can lead you to come across as more fickle to some people or more superficial. But in terms of their passions, as I was saying, Gemini have a passion for communication and interaction. And when the sun in Gemini is in the 11th house, which is about the things that we participate in, because the 11th house is about group efforts, and it's about the things that we're a part of. And it's also about our individuality, which really revolves the trends or the groups that we intellectually label ourselves, or like that we consider ourselves a part of. For example, the LGBTQ community, or an endeavor or a group such as Black Lives Matter, something like that. Those are examples of very 11th house things. But what it's showing us is that, individuality is really just based on the things that we choose to participate in, or that we intellectually think that we're a part of. So anyway, that's a little lesson about the 11th house and why it shows groups, but also why groups are so tied into our individuality. So anyway, when the sun is in Gemini in the 11th house, this shows somebody that is more adaptable in terms of the things that they participate in, or about their individuality. So a lot of times, since sun in Gemini shows somebody that is more circumstantial in terms of their actions, and also their actions could be more superficially based off of thoughts, or just based off of opportunities or circumstance. This shows to me somebody that adapts a lot to new friends or to new trends. And sorry, let me rephrase that. They really adapt to new trends, but also in terms of their friendships, they're more circumstantial or opportunistic about, the things that they participate in. So, an example is like your contacts on your phone could be like a list of opportunities, and the opportunity being what you feel like doing that day. So in terms of their approach to friendships or to things that they're a part of, they are more circumstantial or mutable, which is about change, because Gemini is a mutable sign. So, a big part of this placement is adapting to new trends, or adapting to possibilities for progress, or for like the future. So, and the reason why is because the 11th house is ruled by Uranus, which is all about the future, and it's all about progress, and it's all about doing things better or smarter than the average, or than the status quo. So a lot of times it shows people that are able to, create their own streams of income and become self-employed, because the 11th house is also about self-reliance, and it's about using technology to our advantage. So one of the passions of this placement could be technology, but as I was saying, the 11th house is also about trends. So a big part of their character and their personality is adapting to new trends. And they could be the first people to pick up on new trends, or to participate in certain things, or to use certain technology when it comes out. But also they're more fickle about those things. Like, they're more fickle about trends in the sense that they will hop on to the next opportunity or to the next thing that interests them. Because again, their actions or their passions are kind of like a train of thought. And as soon as that train of thought ends, they need to move on to the next thing. So to summarize this tendency that they have, it really could be stated as having a more superficial or circumstantial individuality based on trends or based on circumstances. So these people are also really well socially connected, and they just like variety in terms of the things that they're a part of. And in terms of their ego, it's going to be, for the most part, it's going to feel less solid to them. Like, they don't really see themselves as a certain way, or they don't have an ego about doing things or being like a certain way. They just like to adapt to circumstances, or they like to be adaptable based on social circumstances as well, and the people that they surround themselves by, or that they are around. And so yeah, like, that basically summarizes this placement. The only thing that they have a strong ego about is they have a strong ego about logic or about rationale. They will defend logic or humanitarian principles, because the 11th house is about logic and humanitarian principles. So their ego only gets activated when somebody acts irrationally or unfairly towards others, or starts to state things that are wrong or that don't make sense, or that logic defies. So with that being said, that summarizes what I wanted to talk about for Sun and Gemini in the 11th house. I hope this wasn't too scattered, no pun intended, and I hope that you guys enjoyed, like I was saying. And if you did, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. And with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching and supporting in any way that you do. If you would like a natal chart reading, the link is in the description for that. And also I have an email in my description if you would like to book a reading that way. Other than that, I will talk to you guys sometime soon in another video. Peace.